This is one of those great moments when a video comes along and you're like, yes, when you're actually a little thankful for Fox News. Bill O'Reilly and his guest, Dr. Keith Ablow, are going to try to explain Gangnam Style. Yes! This is going to be awesome. Let's watch.
Back in the book segment tonight, South Korean guy who calls himself Psy has put out a video that has been viewed more than 800 million times on the net. That's a record.
Already we're having fun. This guy is the world's biggest goofball. Psy. Or just maybe Psy. What's wrong with you? But here comes the best part. Apparently they have trouble understanding what's in the video. Let's watch.
I think what this fellow's tapping into is, in fact, this Psy, P-S-Y, is tapping into the fact that people don't want any meaning right now. Music, the most popular music, apparently, is that without intelligible words, to some extent, that simply conveys you to a distant place, beat-wise, doesn't try to convince you of anything, doesn't try to raise your emotions, it just is sort of like a drug. And that seems to be what most people seem to want right now. Not reality, not feeling, not meaning.
All right, so it means nothing, but it's got a nice upbeat to it, and you can do the pony and ride around. That's it,
I think I think the meaning is that it has no meaning. It is the son of Facebook, if you will, the false face that so many people now put on their lives, the lack of insight, if you will.
Where to start? So the guy rides a pony. That's what he's doing, huh? Well, it's without intelligible words. You morons. It's in a different language. It's in Korean. They're like, I don't know, you understand it? I don't understand it. I can't understand. I guess it has no meaning. Oh, Fox News. Oh, you kill me, man. God, how unbelievably stupid are you? I don't know. It's like a drug. That's what it is. It sounds kind of dangerous, but it definitely has no meaning. By the way, it actually does have a meaning. He is satirizing the Gangnam district in South Korea, which is where a lot of rich folks apparently live. And so he's, got the horses, the stables, etc., their lifestyle, their clothes, etc. Now, that's a message, of course, Fox News wouldn't like, but they didn't even bother to check that out. They're like, can you understand this thing? Sounds like gibberish to me. But it continues to get better and better. Listen to Bill O'Reilly talk about, where's this guy from? I mean, it's not like anybody I know.
Elvis Presley didn't invent sexuality, but he tapped into the growing sexuality of a culture.
But wait. Elvis Presley could sing. He had a good voice. His songs had words. Are you lonesome tonight?
Yes.
Okay, all right. He put on a show. This is a little fat guy from Pyongyang or someplace, Seoul.
Wearing sunglasses.
Right, whatever, and he's jumping up and down. There's no comparison between Psy and, there are like 16 guys named Psy on Long Island that I can tell you about, but they don't look like him.
All right, wait a minute. Elvis's songs had words. This also has words. It's in Korean. He's unbelievable, man. This is exactly how they think. They think, if you're not exactly like me, if you don't look like me, the size I know in Long Island don't look like this guy at all. If you don't speak like I speak and my God, you got a different language, well, then those words don't actually exist. And of course you can't be as good as Elvis. You're a fat little Korean guy. Sigh. All right, wait a minute. He's just doing the pony, okay? And by the way, he's not from Pyongyang. Pyongyang is in North Korea, you schmuck. Now, why is Keith Ablow all bent up about this thing? I mean, he's more mad than O'Reilly is. Get a load of bitter man.
I had a little kid's book I wrote. I sent it out to a few publishers, and they bemoaned the fact. They said, gee, it seems like it has a message. I said, well, yeah, it's about empowerment. Well, books about messages right now aren't selling.
So you want wimpy kid books? You want that kind of stuff? Just pure escapism?
Wimpy kid books. Olivia, look at the cute pig. The little pig likes red shoes. Trying to tell them about courage, that's not going to be purchased by the great masses who now want not to be tapped on the heartstrings, if you will, but simply to be pushed toward a good beat.
Why didn't my book sell? Why is this fat little guy from Pyongyang selling and he's got to, why are people watching him and not me? That's great. Now my favorite part, is this possibly dangerous?
So I don't see anything wrong with this. Is there anything wrong with it?
Well, look, is there anything wrong with it? I guess I'd say this. To the extent that you revel in things that don't speak to you, that you use something to transport you away from real thought and deep feeling, yeah, there's something wrong with it.
All right,
It's
so if
called
you watch this
anesthesia.
like
It's a drug.
7 times a day, that might not be good. So you watch it once.
It's the same as getting high in miniature.
I don't think
a little
it's the
bit.
same. I
It's
don't
a drug.
think so.
Getting high. He said 3 different times that it was like a drug. And he's like, if it doesn't speak to you. No, it doesn't speak to you because you're a crabby old white guy sitting going, that's not the size I know. A guy size in Long Island don't look like that. Why didn't they buy my book? Why did they like Psy? So much better than me. Oh, that was hilarious. Thank you for the interpretation. And I love how befuddled they were. They just can't explain it. It reminds me of Bill O'Reilly's struggles with the tides.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. Never a miscommunication. You can't explain that.
Gangnam Style comes in, and then Gangnam Style goes out. You can't explain that. No, Bill. You can't explain it.